On the 9th of July, 2025, the new James Gunn Superman movie was released, and since then, there's been a lot of negative comments on the movie. Wouldn't blame anyone about that, though. The movie was a nice movie, but it didn't give the vibe of the character compared to what Zack Snyder portrayed Superman to be in the Man of Steel movie down to the Justice League movie. James Gunn's Superman made it look like Supes was undergoing training. I mean, we all saw how he was being beaten up like a high school student being bullied by his classmates, even while under the sun, which is his supposed source of power. I bet more than half of the DC fans were disappointed by the outcome. But many would argue that it is the best Superman movie ever made, which brings us to this question. Between James Gunn's Superman and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, who could put up a better fight? So, firstly, in this video, we're going to compare each of them according to their performance on screen, starting from flight and camera movement, to fighting technique, to speed, vulnerability to kryptonite, and lastly, aura scenes. Drop your comments on who you think will come out first between the two. I'm going to be giving points according to scenes that made me more excited in both movies. So, let's get into the video. Number 1. Flight. The James Gunn Superman had a really good flight time at the beginning of the movie, and during the fight with the giant thingy, I enjoyed the fire scene, the body movements and stuff. I mean, I felt a bit of aura right there, but didn't feel much at the first flight scene, so I'm gonna give his flight technique a 6. And over to the Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. I mean, I started feeling the flight before it started. The takeoff, the speed, I mean, it was much more better, even without adding a flight scene from a fight scene, so I'm gonna give it an 8. Number 2. Fighting technique. I guess we all know who still wins this round. Of course, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. I mean, he fought more better, had quicker reaction time, gave more powerful punches, had no help neutralizing the threat, unlike the Gunn Superman, who had the help of his dog, Krypto, neutralized the threat by sending him to a black hole, which he can obviously return from, had slower reaction time, and was beaten up real bad. So I give the James Gunn Superman a 4, because the fighting was poor, and I give Zack Snyder's Man of Steel an 8, once again. I hope that was fair. Number 3. Speed. In the James Gunn movie, there were no super speed scenes, unlike Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, where Superman showed his speed to the extent of neutralizing the Flash, who was the fastest man alive. The clips from James Gunn's Superman movie shows a regular superhero speed that even Shazam or Spider-Man can pull off to save a person. So the speed displayed by the James Gunn Superman was poor, and my rating is a 6. And for Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, my rating for his speed is a 9. Before we continue, if you're loving this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more contents like this on a weekly basis. Also, drop your comments on which comparison video I should make next. Alright, let's get back to the video. 4. Vulnerability to kryptonite. In the James Gunn Superman, he was so vulnerable to kryptonite that it even burned his face when it was brought closer to him. He couldn't even stand up due to its presence, and he needed a sunlight to regain his energy to escape. And yet, even after escape, he was bedridden for hours to regain full strength. Unlike Zack Snyder's Superman, he inhaled kryptonite gas, which our normal sense would cause more harm due to movement to the lungs. And yet, he could stand, fight, and defend himself even with kryptonite gas in his lungs. Secondly, he was able to carry the kryptonite stone in which he used in killing Doomsday. So, my rating for James Gunn's Superman is 4, and for Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, I would give a 7. 5. Aura scenes. The James Gunn movie had good aura scenes, which I enjoyed, from the fire scene to the laser scene. That was satisfying to watch. While for Zack Snyder's movie, well, almost every clip I got had aura, from the fight scene with Desaad, to the flight scene to space, to the fight scene against General Zod. Bro was built with aura. My rating for James Gunn's Superman movie aura scenes would be 7, and Zack Snyder's Man of Steel would be 9. So the total score for James Gunn's Superman movie is 27 points out of 50, and Zack Snyder's Superman movie score is 41 points out of 50. So the Zack Snyder Superman wins the fight. See you in the next video.